I never thought a single night could ruin everything I trusted, but as I sit on the edge of my bed and stare at the dark ceiling, I can feel something breaking inside me. Evan, you okay? Michael calls from the hallway, knocking lightly. I try to steady my voice. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not. I can feel my chest tighten. I used to think life was simple. Work hard, love honestly, stay loyal. That was enough for me. And Lena, she was supposed to be the person who understood that best. She always said I was the calm one, the steady one, the man she could count on. Grace pokes her head into my room. You look stressed. Did something happen? I shake my head, but she doesn't buy it. Come on, she says. You only look like this when you're overthinking. I try to smile. I'm fine. Just tired. She rolls her eyes. You're the worst liar. Before I can answer, my phone lights up. Lena's name flashes on the screen, but she doesn't call, she texts. Busy with friends. Talk tomorrow. It's almost midnight. I frown. Since when does she hang out this late? I whisper. Mom walks by my door and hears me. Everything okay with Lena? She asks gently. She's out, I say. She said she's with friends. Mom nods but gives me that look that says she feels something off. Just talk to her, she says. You two always figure things out. I try to distract myself, but something keeps pulling me toward the living room. I don't know why. Maybe fear. Maybe instinct. I sit on the couch and stare at the quiet house. Dad passes by with a cup of tea. You're awake, he asks. Couldn't sleep, I say. Lena's out late. Dad raises an eyebrow. On a weeknight? I shrug. She said it's nothing. If you feel uneasy, Dad says, listen to it. I nod, though I'm not sure what my uneasiness even means. Then it happens. My phone rings, and Lena's voice comes through before I even say hello. Yeah, I'm on my way home. No, he won't find out. Relax, she whispers. My stomach drops. I freeze, holding my breath. No, he thinks I'm with Grace, she continues. I stare at the wall, feeling the blood rush to my ears. Why is she lying? Why use my sister's name? Stop worrying, she tells the other person. Jason, please. Don't make this harder. Jason. The name hits me like a punch. She once told me. He's just someone from work. I barely know him. My vision blurs for a moment. I don't say a word. I just listen as she says, I'll see you in a few minutes. I end the call without speaking. My hands shake. Grace walks in and sees my face. Evan? What happened? I need to go somewhere, I whisper. Right now. She looks scared. Do you want me to come? I shake my head. No. Stay here. Please. She nods slowly. Call me if something's wrong. I grab my keys, step outside, and let the cold air hit me. My heart is pounding so hard I can feel it in my throat. I don't even know what I'm expecting to find, but my gut already knows the truth. I drive with trembling hands, following the route Lena always takes when she says she's out with friends. Every red light feels like a warning, but I keep going. Minutes later, I pull up near a small restaurant with warm lights glowing through the windows. It's a place she once said she never visited. I park far enough so she won't see me. I walk slowly toward the window, each step heavier than the last. When I finally look inside, everything inside me collapses. Lena is there. She's leaning close to a man. Jason. Her hand is on his arm. She laughs softly, the same laugh she always said she only shared with me. My knees feel weak. I grip the wall to stay standing. No, 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 I whisper, but my voice breaks. Jason reaches over and tucks her hair behind her ear. She smiles like she belongs to him. My chest burns. My throat tightens. I want to scream, but no sound comes out. I feel like I'm drowning while standing still. I don't go inside. I don't speak. I just stand there in the cold, watching the woman I love betray me with a man she swore meant nothing. My whole world shifts, and I know, in that moment, nothing will ever be the same again. I stay frozen there, feeling the night close around me. My breath turns uneven as my thoughts crash together, heavy and pressing down until I can barely stand. I pushed the restaurant door open even though my legs felt weak. "Lena," I said, my voice shaking as I walked toward the table. She looked up fast, almost guilty. Jason leaned back in his seat like he owned the place. "What are you doing here?" she whispered. "I saw you," I said. "I heard your call." "You lied to me." Jason smirked. "Dude, calm down. She's allowed to have friends." "Friends?" I stared at him. "You were touching her hair." Lena stood up so quickly her chair scraped the floor. "Evan, please. You're overreacting. Sit down so we can talk." "I don't want to sit," I said. "I want the truth." Jason shrugged. "The truth is you're insecure." My hands tightened at my sides. "Say that again." "Evan, stop," Lena hissed. "You're embarrassing me." "I'm embarrassing you?" I asked. "You told me you barely knew him." Jason leaned forward. "She didn't lie. She just didn't tell you everything." "Jason, shut up," Lena snapped, grabbing his arm. I stared at the way she touched him. "So it's real," I said quietly. "Whatever this is, it's real." Lena shook her head. "No. You're twisting everything. I came here to talk about work. Nothing else. You were laughing like you were on a date." Jason smirked again. "Maybe she likes people who don't act like her father." My breath stuttered. "You don't know anything about me." "I know she's tired of your quiet little life," he said. Lena covered her face with her hands. "Jason, stop talking." He didn't. "You act like you own her." I stepped back, feeling something inside me crack. "I'm done," I whispered. "I can't listen to this." Lena reached for my arm. "Wait, Evan, please. You're taking this the wrong way." I pulled away. "Then explain it." She opened her mouth but no words came out. "That's what I thought," I said. Jason waved a lazy hand. "Go home, man. Let adults talk." I turned away before I did something I couldn't take back. My throat burned. My eyes stung. I pushed outside into the cold, breathing hard. I didn't even remember walking to my car. The entire drive home, my mind replayed their voices. I kept hearing insecure, tired of your quiet life, and you barely knew him. Every word cut deeper. When I walked through the front door, Michael looked up from the couch. "Evan? What happened to you?" Grace stood beside him. "You look like you're about to collapse." "I'm fine," I whispered. "No, you're not," Michael said. "Sit down." I shook my head. "I can't. I can't even breathe." Grace stepped closer. "Did something happen with Lena?" My voice cracked before I even answered. "She lied. She was with someone." Michael's brows lowered. "Who?" "Jason," I said. "The guy she said meant nothing." Grace gasped. "No. Evan, no." "Are you sure?" "I saw them," I said. "I heard them." Michael stood up. "Tell us everything." I tried to speak, but the words got stuck. My chest tightened. "She said I'm overreacting," I whispered. "He called me insecure. He said she's tired of my life." Grace put a hand over her mouth. "Oh my God." I sank onto the couch, burying my face in my hands. "I thought she loved me." Michael sat beside me. "You didn't deserve this." Grace sat on my other side. "We're here. Whatever happened, you're not alone." I broke. My voice cracked into something small and painful. "I don't know what I'm supposed to do." Grace held my shaking hand. "Cry if you need to." And I did. I cried in front of them like I hadn't cried since I was a kid. Every breath felt sharp. Every memory of Lena felt heavier. Michael waited until my breathing slowed. "Listen," he said. "She's not getting away with lying to you. She faces us tomorrow. She tells the truth in front of everyone." Grace nodded firmly. "If she doesn't, we cut her off from this family forever." I wiped my eyes. "You'll do that for me?" "We already decided," Michael said. "She hurt you. She doesn't get to hide." Grace squeezed my shoulder. "Tomorrow, she talks. No more lies." I nodded slowly, feeling their support hold me together. "Tomorrow," I whispered. "I want the truth to come out." I leaned back, letting their words settle into my chest like a strange kind of warmth. For the first time since I walked into that restaurant, I felt like I wasn't drowning alone. Michael looked at me with steady eyes. "You need rest," he said. "But tomorrow, you're not facing her without us." Grace nodded. "We'll be right there. She'll have to look all of us in the eye." I swallowed hard. "What if she lies again?" "Then we'll call her out," Michael said. "Every single time she tries to twist the truth, we'll stop her." Grace touched my arm gently. "You trusted her with your heart. The least she can do is tell the truth." I let out a shaky breath. "I thought tonight would end with wedding plans, not this." Michael shook his head. "Her choices brought us here. Not yours." I closed my eyes for a moment. "Tomorrow will hurt." "Maybe," Grace said softly, "but it'll also free you." I nodded slowly, holding on to their voices like a lifeline. I woke up with a heavy chest, and the first thing I heard was the doorbell. I already knew who it was. When I opened the door, Lena rushed in and wrapped her arms around me like nothing had happened. "I missed you," she said softly. I froze. My family watched from the living room. "Lena," I said, pulling back, "we need to talk." She smiled like I was joking. "Talk about what? You seemed upset last night. Did something happen?" I stared at her face, shocked by how easily she lied. "You know what happened," I said. "I saw you at the restaurant." She blinked slowly. "Evan, you misunderstood. Jason and I were just talking. You're making a small thing big." I felt my stomach twist. "I saw you holding his hand." She laughed. "You're imagining it. You always overthink." Michael stood up. "He's not imagining anything," he said. Lena glanced at him, annoyed. "This is between me and Evan." Grace crossed her arms. "Then stop lying to him." Lena turned back to me. "Baby, tell them to stop. They don't understand us." I stepped away from her. "Don't call me that. Not today." Her smile faded for a moment, then came back stronger, faker. "Fine. Let's sit and talk." We all sat in the living room. Mom leaned forward. "Lena, honesty is important. Just tell us what really happened." Lena sighed loudly. "Nothing happened. I met Jason because he wanted advice. Evan walked in and assumed the worst." I felt heat rise in my chest. "You said you barely knew him." "People change," she said. "He needed help. That's all." Dad rubbed his forehead. "Lena, your story keeps changing." She glared at him. "And why does that matter? Evan knows me. He knows my heart." I whispered, "I thought I did." She looked at me, acting hurt. "You're turning into someone I don't recognize." "I'm turning into someone who saw the truth," I said. "And I'm done pretending." She stood up suddenly. "You're all attacking me." "I came here with love." Michael laughed. "You came here with lies." The doorbell rang again. We all turned. When I opened it, Victoria stood there, looking pale. "Can we talk?" she whispered. Lena rushed to the doorway. "Why are you here?" Victoria stepped inside slowly. I came to check on Evan." Lena grabbed her arm tightly. "We already handled everything." Victoria winced. "Lena, stop." Grace walked over. "Let her speak." Victoria looked at me with guilt in her eyes. "Evan, last night. Lena wasn't honest with you." Lena snapped. "Victoria?" Dad stepped closer. "Let her finish." Victoria's voice trembled. "Jason wasn't asking for advice. They've been meeting for weeks." My chest tightened again. Lena's smile vanished. "Victoria, don't say things you don't understand." Victoria stepped back. "I understand enough. And I'm tired of covering for you." Lena grabbed her wrist again, harder. "You promised you'd stay quiet." "Because you scared me," Victoria whispered. I felt the room shift. Something inside me clicked. "Lena," I said calmly, "are you manipulating her too?" Lena's face twisted with anger. "I'm the victim here." All of you are turning against me because of one stupid night. It wasn't one night, Victoria said. You told me you were planning to end things with Evan after you secured a new job with Jason's help. My breath caught. You said that. Lena shot Victoria a deadly glare. She's lying. Michael stepped forward. Enough. We're done listening to your stories. Lena turned toward me again. Evan, look at me. You know me. You know I love you. I shook my head slowly. I don't know you at all. Her eyes filled with fake tears, but they didn't move me anymore. You're choosing them over me? I'm choosing the truth, I said. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. Don't do this, she whispered. You're making a mistake. I stared at her shaking hand. The only mistake I made was trusting you more than myself. She stepped back like I had hit her. You'll regret this. Maybe, I said, but I won't regret walking away from lies. Victoria whispered softly, I'm sorry, Evan. I nodded. It's not your fault. Mom exhaled slowly. Lena, it's best if you leave for now. Lena looked around the room, realizing everyone saw her clearly for the first time. Fine, she said coldly. But this isn't over. She stormed out. When the door closed, the silence felt heavy. I looked at my family. I can't keep letting her control everything. Michael placed a hand on my shoulder. Then don't. Grace nodded. We're with you. I took a slow breath. I'm done letting her twist my reality. I'm taking my life back. The door slammed with a heavy chest, and Jason stormed in. The first thing I heard was his face red. I already knew who it was. Lena, when I opened the door, yourself. Lena rushed in and wrapped her arms around me like nothing had happened. But strangely, I stayed still, she said softly. Lena's eyes widened. I froze. Jason, my family watched from the living room, trying to step between him and me, pulling back. Calm down, we need to talk, he barked. She smiled like I was joking all week. Talk about Don't act innocent. You seemed upset. I watched them. My heart racing, but my mind clearer. I stared at her face, Jason, shocked by how easily she lied. Maybe you should tell us what this is really about. I saw you at the restaurant. Incredulous. She blinked slowly. You saw nothing. Evan, you misunderstood. This is just a Jason and I were just talking. You're making a small thing big. She's been lying for months. Twist. I saw you holding his hand. Jason, stop exaggerating. You're imagining. Exaggerating, you always overthink. Victoria knows the truth, doesn't she? He's not imagining anything. Victoria froze, he said. Her hands twisted nervously. Lena glanced at him, annoyed. This is between me and Evan. Blurted out. Grace crossed her arms. She's been seeing other people. Then stop lying to him. Not just you, Jason. Lena turned back to me. Baby, tell them to stop. What? They don't understand us. I didn't want to say anything. Don't call me that. I was scared. Her smile faded for a moment. Then Grace came back closer to me. Faker. Evan, are you hearing this? Let's sit and talk. I nodded slowly. We all sat, my stomach dropping, but my expression forward. Lena's face honesty is important. Victoria, how dare you? Us what really happened. I'm telling the truth. Loudly. Victoria said, tears rolling down her because he wanted advice. She's been cheating for Evan months. Walked in and assumed the worst. I felt a cold calm wash over me. I felt heat rise in my chest. Each word chipped away at the walls you barely knew around her lies. People changed. She tried to speak, but every sentence she formed contradicted the last. Dad rubbed his forehead. I didn't. Your story keeps changing. You didn't glare at him. Michael, why does that matter? Evan knows me. You know me. He knows my heart. But you don't. I whispered. I never wanted to hurt anyone. She looked at me. Never wanted to hurt anyone? You're turning into someone I don't recognize. You plan to leave me? I'm turning into someone who saw the truth. Evan, you don't understand. And I'm done pretending. I understand perfectly. She stood up suddenly. Quietly. You're all manipulated everyone. I came here with lied, twisted stories, and controlled people. You came here with lies. Jason's voice rang again. We all planned to leave him after the wedding. Victoria stood there, at Lena, looking pale. She said, "Can we talk? Too soft, too loyal." Lena rushed to the doorway. She wanted out. You here? I froze. Victoria stepped inside. My world felt like it stopped spinning for a second. I came to check every dream I had with her. Lena grabbed her plan tightly. Everything. We already handled Lena's everything. Eyes widened. Victoria winced. No, Lena, that's not true. Grace walked over. Stop. Let her speak, I said softly. Victoria looked at me with guilt in her eyes. Just stop. Evan, Victoria sobbed. Lena wasn't honest with you. I'm sorry, Lena snapped. I was scared of her. Dad stepped closer. I didn't know what else to do. Let her finish. I shook my head. Victoria's voice trembled. It's not your fault. Jason wasn't asking for advice. I felt a strange detachment from the chaos around me. For the first time, I didn't feel Lena's smile vanished. Lena's lies didn't hurt me the way they once did. Don't say things you don't understand. Lena lunged toward Jason. Victoria stepped back. You're lying. I understand enough. And I'm tired of covering for you. I don't need to twist her wrist again. I know exactly what she said. You promised you'd stay quiet. You think you own everyone? Me, Victoria whispered. Lena, my voice calm, I felt the room shift. Something inside me clicked. You can't stand someone else being happy unless you control them. Are you manipulating her too? She stared at me. Lena's face twisted with panic flickering across her face. I'm the victim here. Evan, please. All of you are turning against me because of one stupid night. But it was hollow. It wasn't one night. Do you even know what that word means? You told me you were planning to end every ounce of trust after you secured a new job with fear and manipulation. My breath caught. Michael stepped forward. You said that. Enough of this, Lena shot Victoria. Look at yourself. Do you really expect anyone to believe you now? Forward. Lena's voice cracked. We're done listening to your stories. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Lena turned toward me again. Victoria sniffled. Look at me. She lied about everything. You know I love you. I couldn't stop it. I shook my head slowly. I don't know you at all. And held my hand. Her eyes filled with fake tears. You're seeing the truth. Move me anymore. That's all that matters. You're choosing them over me? I nodded slowly. I'm choosing the truth, focusing on the calm in my chest. She reached for my hand. Lena was unraveling, but I pulled away, losing the power she thought she had over me. You're making a step back, trying to gather words. I stared at her shaking hand. Every attempt failed. The only mistake I made was trusting you more than myself. You thought you could have like I had hit him. You'll regret them all. Maybe, now it's all falling apart. But I won't regret Lena's mouth away opened, from lies. Then closed. Victoria whispered softly. I didn't. I'm sorry, you didn't what? Evan. I nodded. My voice was your steady, fault. Detached. Mom exhaled slowly. You lied. Lena, it's best to leave for now. There's nothing left around the room. Realizing everyone saw her clearly, finally resting on me. Fine, Evan, she said coldly. I shook my head. This isn't over. No. The only thing I feel now when the door closed, the silence, and for the first time, I looked at my family. Control. I can't keep letting her control everything. Finally, Michael placed a hand on my shoulder. Victoria wiped her eyes. Grace nodded. I'm so sorry, we're with you. It's not your fault. I repeated. I'm done letting her twist my reality. Feel heavy anymore. I'm taking my life back. Had done its work. Lena was losing, and I was finally standing firmly in my own reality. She glared at all of us, realizing she had no words left. I looked at her, calm and unshaken. I hope one day, I said softly, you realize what you've lost. Not because I said it, but because of the choices you made. She turned and stormed out, the door slamming behind her. The house was silent except for my own steady breathing. I looked at my family. It's over. I feel free. Michael clapped my shoulder. You did the right thing. Grace nodded, smiling faintly. We're proud of you. I sat back, letting the quiet wash over me. Lena's lies were gone. Her manipulations had no power here. For the first time in months, I felt like myself again. And though my heart ached, I knew one thing for certain. I would never let someone control my life like that again. The door slammed heavy chest. Came to my door. The first thing I heard was she knocked softly. I already knew who it was. Started banging. When I opened the door, yourself. Lena rushed in and wrapped her arms around me chest like nothing. I did strangely. My silence was louder than Lena's eyes wide. I froze. Jason, my family watched from the living room, trying to step between him and me, pulling back. Calm down. To talk. Just let me. She smiled like ignoring me. I stayed where I was. Talk about what? I didn't even look at her. Seemed upset. Grace and Michael sat beside me, but my mind cleared. Doing the right thing, shocked by how easily she don't give her maybe you should know what this is really about. She thought words could erase the rest of lies. Incredulous. She blinked slowly. You saw nothing. Let her see what silence feels like. Jason and I were just talking. I ignored a finger. Michael got up. She's been lying stomach twist, he said. I saw you holding his hand, letting into stop exaggerating. Henry exaggerating. You always overstood in the doorway. Michael stood up. Evan, we need to talk. He's not imagining anything. His tone sharp. Her hands glanced too far. Annoyed. Claire stepped forward. This is between me, honey, and blurted out. Grace crossed her arms. Other people. Then maybe not just overreact, Jason. Lena turned back to Bond. My head stood behind her, desperate. They don't understand us. Even my parents didn't want to say anything. She pleaded. Don't call me that. Michael crossed his arms. I was scared. We understand. Her smile faded for a moment. You need to stop. Then came back stronger to me. Faker. Evan, you have to consider her feelings. I nodded slowly. We all sat. My stomach dropping, but my expression taking this too serious. Honesty is important. Victoria, my voice tell us what really happened. Do you know what she did? I'm telling the truth. Hesitated. Victoria knew about it. Tears rolling down her cheeks because he wanted to stop. She's been cheating from my hand went into I felt a cold calm. We didn't expect this to happen. Each word chipped away at the walls. You barely knew her. Do you understand that she's been lying to everyone? But every sentence she manipulated, contradicted the last. People to cover herself. I didn't. Your story looked changed. Her face glared at him. Why does that matter? Lena said. Evan knows me. You know me. Stop, he knows my heart. But you don't. My whispered. I never wanted every word landed hard. She looked at me. Never you destroyed everything. You're turning into someone I don't yet plan to leave me. I'm turning into someone who saw the truth. Evan, you don't understand. And I understand perfectly. She stood up quietly. I stayed silent. You're all manipulated. I didn't move. I came here with body felt steady. Michael first time and controlled. You came here with took a step back. Jason, doorbell rang. What is going on? We all planned. Claire whispered. When I opened, wanted to believe she pointed at me, looking pale. She said, "Can we talk?" She's been controlling everyone to the door, manipulating Victoria. Jason, even Victoria stepped inside. My world felt like it stopped spinning. Reality. I came to check every dream I had with Lena. Grabbed her openly, everything collapsed. We already handled. Lena's eyes widened. Victoria wins. Please, no, Lena, I can't live without you. Grace shouted. I stepped forward slowly. I said softly. Victoria looked at me with guilt in her eyes. You just won't get to control anyone else. Lena wasn't honest. She reached for me. I'm sorry. Lena snapped. I was scared. I stepped back. I didn't know what else to do. Jason, who had been quiet, Victoria's voice shook. It's not your fault. Jason wasn't asking. I felt a strange detachment. They've been chaos. He turned and walked out. For the first time, I didn't feel Lena's smile. Victoria's eyes didn't hurt me the way they looked. Don't say things you don't. Lena leaned toward Jason. Victoria stepped back. You're lying. I won't protect her anymore. And I'm tired of covering. Grace nodded. I don't need to twist her wrist again. The truth. I know exactly what she said. You'd stay quiet. You think you own everyone's hands clenched. I asked Lena. My voice felt the room. You knew what you were doing. Something inside promised you can't stand someone else being happy. You didn't. Are you manipulating her too? She stared at Lena's face, twisted, disappointed across her face. I'm the victim. We tried to guide you. All of you are turning against me. Lena's eyes grew, but it was hollow. Mom, it wasn't one night. Do you even know what that word means? You told me you were planning to end every ounce of trust after you secured it. We're supporting honesty and manipulation. My breath caught. Michael stepped on you. Said that. Enough. Lena shot Victoria. Look at yourself. But we really expect your lies. Michael stepped forward. Lena's voice pounding. We're done listening to your story. I didn't mean for it. Just turn toward me again. Victoria, look at me. I took a deep breath. You know everything. You can know I love you. Stop. You can cry. I didn't know, but no words will break back. I don't know you at all. Held my hand. Her eyes filled with twisted with desperation. But they didn't truth. I can change. That's all that matters. I'll do anything over me. I can make it choosing the truth. Focusing on the calm in my chest. She reached for my hand. Lena was unraveling. You made your choice. Don't do this. Now you face the consequence. You're making a step back. She looked around. I stared at her, shaking every attempt. The only mistake I made was trusting you more than myself. I can't help you anymore. I had hit him. She said, "So you'll regret them all." Lena's tears now it's all falling apart. But I won't regret Lena's mouth away. Don't abandon me. Victoria whispered, strange calm. I'm sorry, King Evan. The world she built with lies. My voice was steady. Attached. Was Mom, you cheated for her eyes. You lied. Lena, and I was free to leave for now. Michael, there's nothing left around the room. You've done the right. Realizing started around saw her clearly, finally resting faintly. Fine, Evan, you're reclaiming yourself. I shook my head. What matters? No. The only thing I feel now is the door closed from my body, and for the first time, I looked at my family, control. But they couldn't reach me studying her control. Henry and Claire stepped forward. Michael placed a hand on my shoulder. I hope you understand the gravity of your actions. Grace nodded. I'm so sorry. We tried to guide you. It's not your fault. Your own way. I'm done letting my body shouldn't feel heavy anymore. I'm taking my life had done its work. I trusted you. Lena was losing. You were supposed to protect me. Standing firmly in my own reality. I asked. She glared at all of us. You realizing she had no words left. You needed honesty. I looked at her, and you rejected and unshaken. Claire whispered. I hope one day. Sometimes I said softly is the only thing realize that can what set us free. Not even because I said it, but because Lena of the choice onto the floor. She turned and stormed out. The door slammed behind her. Lies, the house manipulations, was silent, except for my crumbling steady breathing. Everyone. I looked at my family. I looked at my family. I feel it's done. Michael clapped my shoulder. You did
Michael
the right
smiled
thing.
gently.
Grace
And
nodded,
you stayed
smiling
strong.
faintly.
Grace
We're
reached
proud
out,
of you.
squeezing my hand.
I sat back,
You're
letting
reclaiming
the quiet
your life,
wash over
Evan.
me.
Finally,
Lena's lies were gone.
I nodded.
Her
I felt the
manipulations
first
had
real
no
spark
power
of
here.
self-respect
For
in
the
months.
first time in
Lena
months,
had fallen,
I felt
and
like
for the
myself
first time,
again.
I could
And
breathe.
though my heart ached,
Her cries
I knew
faded
one thing
into
for
nothing,
certain.
leaving
I would
only
never
quiet.
let someone
And
control
in that
my life
quiet,
like
I
that
knew
again.
something essential. I would never let anyone destroy my world like she did.
I
I
didn't
didn't
answer
heavy
when
Nina
Lena
came
came
to
to
my
my
door.
door.
The
Thing I
weight
heard
of
was
lies
she knocked
and
softly.
betrayal.
I already
His
knew
heart
who it
then
was.
started
Lena
banging.
stepped
When I
onto my
opened the
balcony,
door,
yourself,
Lena
letting the
rushed
morning
in,
air
wrapped
fill
her
my
arms
arms
around
chest
me.
tight.
It felt
I
like
didn't
the first
strangely.
breath
I
I
missed
silence
you,
was
she
louder
said
than
softly.
Lena's eyes below me.
froze.
In
Jason,
my family
died
from the
tears
living
in
in
her
my
eyes.
trying to step
Lena,
between
I love
us,
that.
pulling
I
back
made a
calm
mistake
down.
to talk.
Grace just let
She
me
smiled
talk.
like I was
Coffee
joking.
where I was.
Talk
Don't
about
I didn't
innocence.
even look
I seemed
upset.
upset.
I watched Grace and Michael
my
sat
heart
beside
raced.
me.
I didn't
My
think
mind
about
cleared.
stared at
Doing
her
the
face.
right thing.
Think
Shocked
about
by
her
how
lies.
easily
Don't
she
manipulate
maybe
the
you know
satisfaction.
what this is really
She
about.
thought
I only
words
thought
about
about
you
my
turned
months
to
of
me.
lies.
Months of betrayal
You
burned
saw
me alive.
nothing. Let her see
But
what
they
silence
silence
feels like.
Jason and I were just
I
talking.
packed my things.
I
You're
jammed
making
a
a
thing
finger
to
to
my
a
small
small
apartment.
apartment.
She's
I
been
felt
lying
who
to
it
my
is.
twist.
Face smelled
I
of
saw
fish
you
turned
holding
quick
his
with
hand.
Jason, letting into
Stop
exaggerating.
Henry
felt
like
exaggerating
reclaiming
you
a part of
always
that. She
over
stood at the door.
Victoria
Michael
knows
stood
one
up.
evening
Does
months
she's
later.
not imagining
Victoria
any
froze.
his tone sharp.
Victoria's
Her hands
this
slid
is
down
going
her
too
chest.
far.
Annoyed.
Evan
stepped
this
forward.
is
She
between
faltered
me and
and
blurted out.
listen.
Lena,
She's
she's
alone
seeing
now.
other people.
Then
Jason,
stop
not
lying.
just you,
Overreaction.
her friends
Lena
have
turned
turned
back
back
to
on.
me.
Her jaw
Lena
has
stood
unstable.
stop.
Desperate.
They
don't understand. Even my parents
want to
closed
say
my
anything.
eyes.
She pleaded.
Don't call me
Michael
that.
washed
I
over.
was scared. Satisfaction threatened me for a moment.
You need to
Only
stop.
then came back. The
Henry
world
frowned.
had balanced
Faker.
itself.
Evan,
without you hearing
consider
her
her
feelings.
feelings.
I nodded
A week
slowly.
later,
Sat
was
someone
knocking
dropped
at
my
my
door.
door.
My
Maybe
mom
reached
I opened it
forward
to
too
see
soon.
Lena's
Lena's
face
honesty
fragile. I
is
looked at
frightening.
Victoria.
My voice
Just tell
was
us
wide.
what really
Do you know
happened
what she
and
did?
desperate.
I'm
Lena
telling
said
the truth.
Heaven,
She was
Victoria
nothing we
said,
knew about
tears
I met
rolling
Jason
down her
because
cheeks.
he wanted to
stepped in
stop.
cheating from
Evan
Claire's
walked
hand
in
when
and
she
she
walked
walked
in.
in.
Cold,
We
calm
didn't
water
expect
felt
this
heat
to
rise
happen
in my
like
chest.
that.
Her tears
away.
fell
I
the
said
walls
you
tight.
barely knew
I
her.
lost. Do you
People
understand that
changed.
she's been lying to
Everyone
everyone? But
I know I
destroyed everything. That's all.
Threatening
Dad
people
wrote
to
to
cover
herself.
I watched
Lena's
your
parents
story
looked
once
changed.
controlled and
Her
lied.
face didn't
glared
look
at
broken, and
Michael
why does
asked
that
Lena.
matter? She
Lena
lifted
said,
her
"Evan
eyes
knows
to
you
me.
know me.
Stop.
He
He
knows
knows
my
my
heart
heart
hidden
but
behind
you
my
don't. I
voice
whispered
was
soft.
I never
Do you
thought
thought
I
you
would
still
end
love
it
me?
hard.
She looked at me.
Never
You
wanted to
destroyed
hurt
everything.
anyone.
You're turning into
I
someone.
her
I
eyes
don't
filled with
I don't
glare.
hate
Believe
you.
me.
I'm
Evan
turning
said
into
just
someone who
tremble.
saw
Don't
that I
say
don't
Evan,
belong.
you
I
don't
understand, and I'm
done
I
listening.
understand
But we
perfectly.
can
She
fix
stood
it
up
up
slowly.
quietly.
I stayed
Except
there all
you
manipulated.
everyone
I came here
My
with
body
I felt
twisted
steady.
Michael
Michael
first
see
time
the
in my
regret.
life.
Came
Henry
here
took
took
a
a
step
step
back.
back. The empty
Jason
doorbell
rang.
rang.
What is going on?
We all planned to leave him. I wanted to believe she pointed at me looking pale. She said, "Can we talk? I truly am controlling every step to manipulating Victoria doesn't erase the past. Even Victoria stepped my world felt like it stopped spinning reality. I came to check every dream I had with Lena cried openly. I could see her already handled Lena's eyes every lie. Victoria every betrayal. Lena, I can't live without you. Grace walked. I stepped forward facing the light. I said softly, Victoria looked at me. I turned toward just won't get Evan. This is the last time Lena wasn't honest. She reached for me. I'm sorry, she didn't argue. I was scared. Stepped back. I didn't know what else to do. Understanding shook my head. Victoria's voice. I walked out of my apartment later that evening. I felt a strange feeling the cool air on my face. He turned and walked out. For the first time, I didn't feel people smiled. Victoria's lies. Victoria, the way she looked at things you don't even. I was finally Victoria. Lena's consequences. I understand anymore. And I'm tired of covering my heart. No longer. I don't need characteristic. Only less. I know exactly what she was lying again. You think you own everyone? Hands clenched. I felt the past settle. I felt the room knew what you were doing. Something inside me can't stand someone else being happy. I had survived. You manipulating her. She stared at Lena's face, fury and disappointed. I'm the victim. Tried to guide you. All of you are loving against me. Lena laughed down the street, but it was hollow. I didn't look back. It wasn't one. Lena's shadow was behind. You're supposed to told me you destroyed every ounce of trust after you secured. I had love reporting honesty, and for the first time in a long time, I was truly at peace. Enough of Lena shot Victoria. We can't undo this.
But we really expect your lies to believe you now. Lena's voice pounding. We're done listening to your stories. I didn't mean for it. Just turn toward me again. Victoria, look at me. I took a deep breath. You know everything. You can know I couldn't stop it. You can cry. I shook my head, but no words will break back. I don't know you at all. Held my hand. Her eyes filled with twisted with desperation. But they didn't move me. I can change. That's all that matters. Choosing them over me. I can make it choosing the truth. Focusing on the calm in my chest. She reached for my hand. Lena was unraveling. You made your choice. Don't do this. Now you face the consequence. You're making a mistake. She looked around. I stared at her, shaking every attempt. The only mistake I made was trusting you more than myself. I can't help you anymore. I had hit him. She said, "You'll regret this." Lena's tears fell fast. Now it's all falling apart. But I won't regret walking away. Don't abandon me. Victoria whispered a strange calm. I'm sorry, King Evan. The world she built with lies. My voice was your fault. Attached. Was collapsed. You cheated for her eyes. You lied. Lena, and I was free to leave for now. Michael leaned. Lena left around the room. You've done the right. Realizing started and saw her clearly. Finally resting faintly. Fine, Evan, you're reclaiming yourself. I shook my head. This matters. No. The only thing I feel now is the door closed from my body, and for the first time, I looked at my family, but they couldn't catch me. Jason studying her control. Henry and Claire stepped forward. Michael placed a hand on my shoulder. I hope you understand the gravity of your actions. Grace nodded. I'm so sorry. We tried to guide you. It's not your fault. Your own way. I'm done letting my body shouldn't feel heavy anymore. I'm taking my life had done its work. I trusted you. Lena was losing. You were supposed to protect me. I was finally standing firmly in my own reality. I asked. She glared at all of us. You realizing she had no words left. You needed honesty. I looked at her, and you rejected and unshaken. Claire whispered. I hope one day. Sometimes I said softly is the only you thing realize that can set us free. Not even because I said it, but because Lena of collapsed onto the floor. She turned and stormed out. The door slammed behind her. Lies, the house manipulation, except for my own steady breathing. Everyone. I looked at my family. I looked at my family. I feel it's done. Michael clapped made this happen. You did the right thing. Gently. Grace nodded, and you stayed strong. Faintly. Grace reached out of you, squeezing my hand. I sat back, letting the quiet wash over me. Finally, lies were gone. I nodded. Her manipulations had real spark of self-respect. For the first time in months, had fallen. I felt like for the first time I could breathe. Though my heart ached, her cries faded into nothing. Leaving I would never let someone control my life like that. I knew something essential. I would never let anyone destroy my world like she did.